So let's do the metal movement. The feet, just the width of each foot wider than shoulder width stance. So just shift your weight, move your feet slightly wider apart. So it's not an extreme position, but that slightly wider stance, that sort of business power stance allows you to drop down more, allows you to feel more stable and connect more with the earth. And after all that enthusiastic shaking, my heart is still beating a little bit more rigorously. The breath is still up in the chest. Allow the breath to be in the chest if it is, but simply take your attention down. Notice the belly filling and emptying. Breathing in and out through the nose and the belly. That's good. Now, just let your hands reach out to either side. And listen to your shoulders. So if the shoulders don't like this going out into a straight line either side, bring the arms down to the point where the shoulders feel relatively comfortable. Even if it's quite a low stance, you can still imagine your hands reaching out to either side, but don't do it to the point where you're going up and saying, God, this is really uncomfortable. So find that place that your shoulders are happy with. Middle fingers get drawn out towards the horizon. If it helps, you're allowed to look towards the horizon on your left. Look towards the horizon on your right. It's a good feeling. That's why you mustn't go into the position if it causes pain. It's like I feel enjoyment out of being big, spacious, expansive. Thumbs fold across the palm of each hand. Fingers close over the first joint of the thumb. So you're making a fist, but closing over the thumb, and the knuckle of the thumb sticks out. That's good. And hopefully there's not too much rust in the thumb joint. That doesn't cause pain. Now, we want to make ourselves small. So the arms come forwards. One arm goes over the other, doesn't matter which. Wrapping the arms around your body, making yourself small, compact. Disappearing. Now, keep the fist close into the chest. Pull the elbows back. The minute the shoulders say can't go any further, and again, if your shoulders don't like that position, let them drop down to a lower position. But the minute you can't go any further back, they drop. The palms open. And this is where you push. Imagine your hands connecting with a wall on each side of you. You're in a small room, a small space, but you can move those walls. So you're gradually pushing against that resistance. Pushing, pushing, pushing. How much space do you need? Hold that stretch. Breathe in, fist. Breathe out to make yourself small. Really squeeze your body to make yourself as tiny and invisible as you can. Now breathe in, elbows pull the shoulders back. When they can go no further, they drop, palms open. Feel those resisting walls and then breathe out. And the out breath creates the power to give you the space you need. Hold the stretch, breathe in, fist, breathe out. Small, tiny. Breathe in. Elbows drop, palms connect with those walls, and breathe out. It's hard work to breathe out and create that space, but the out breath will allow you to do it. Hold the stretch, breathe in, fist, breathe out. Breathe in. Elbows drop, palms connect. Breathe out. You don't have to stop where your physical body stops. You can create as much space as you need. Hold the stretch, breathe in. Fist, breathe out. Small, tiny. Breathe in. Keep the fist close to the chest. Elbows drop. Connect with those walls either side and breathe out. Hold the stretch, breathe in. Fist, this is the last movement. Breathe out. Breathe in. Elbows drop. Feel that resistance and breathe out. Hold the stretch, breathe in. And this time as you breathe out, just let the arms drop. Bring the feet back under the shoulders. Arms hanging. 3 breaths in the belly. That movement really focuses on the chest. And so we just need to bring the chi back down into the belly, allowing the chest to move, but keeping your attention, breathing in and out through the nose and the belly. If that was hard work, focus on the in-breath, breathing in, recharging, refueling. That's lovely. Have a good shake. So last Friday, we did the Stork, and I didn't show you the lower part of my body, and I think that was quite important. I've had a bit of feedback from some of you saying you really needed to see what my hands were doing, what my feet were doing. So I will cut my head off so you can see the lower part of the body, and we'll see how that goes. There we are. Let's just bring that down. Is that enough? And of course, because you walk, you need a space perhaps about 6 feet, because you're going to walk forwards gradually. So let's give you a little bit more there. But if you haven't got enough space, I guess you can do 3 or 4 movements and then jump back and do another 3 or 4 movements. But it sort of loses the essence of being a stork or an egret. Okay, right. Let's start in the Wu Chi position. I will turn my back on you, so you can make rude gestures at me if you want. Feet under the shoulders. Returning to that basic standing position, the Wu Chi position in between every exercise. And acknowledging how powerful simple standing is. When we stand, we connect with the earth. We give ourselves stability, confidence. We connect with the sky, the puppet string draws the crown of the head up. And anytime you're ever in a situation where you just think, oh God, I'm exhausted, connect with that puppet string that draws the crown of the head up. The body uses less energy when it's extended. The arms just hanging. Soft breathing in the belly. And this movement begins with a gathering movement. So the arms reaching out and one hand resting on the other on the belly. And it doesn't matter which hand is on the top. Just trust your intuition. So simply opening and connecting with the belly. So that's the only bit that I think you won't be able to see when I turn my back on you. So let's turn my back. Hands resting on the belly. Take your attention up to the crown of the head and just allow that puppet string to draw your body over. And I'm going to be a bit of a dictator here and say over onto your right side. So all the weight goes over onto the right side, but it's a lightness. You're not being dumped on your right leg. It's a lightness and only as much weight as that right leg can carry. Left foot comes up onto its toe. It's not bearing any weight, it's just giving you stability. If you take it off the ground, you'll start to wobble. So it's just there touching the earth. Now, bring your foot close to the supporting foot, just touch the earth, and then a very small step out to your left. No more than 12, 15 inches. All your weight comes forwards. Fingers, arms pull down behind your body, in line with your spine, with your back leg. It's so tempting to lift that back heel off the ground, but that then makes you wobble. So keep both feet firmly stuck to the ground. And then the hands relax. The sky hook brings you back onto the back weight-bearing leg. And your front foot stays flat on the ground. Again, very tempting to lift that front toe, but not yet. Sky hook pulls you forwards. Fingers spread. All the weight on the front foot. Now, breathe in. All the weight comes back. Front foot is now allowed to come up onto its heel and you just swivel round to the right. Shift your weight. Touch the earth close to the weight-bearing foot and take a small step out. All the weight forwards onto the front foot. Keep the back foot flat on the ground. Don't let the heel lift off the ground. Fingers pushing down. It's like 2 extra legs going down either side of your back leg to keep you really stable. Breathe in. All the weight comes back. Arms just hang soft. Breathe out. All the weight goes forwards. Fingers spread and push down towards the earth. Breathe in. Gather. Right foot up on its heel. Swivels to the left. Shift your weight. Small step out to the left. Breathe out. All the weight on the front foot. Breathe in. Arms hang. All the weight on the back leg. Breathe out. Sky hook brings you forwards onto the front foot. Breathe in. Gather. Left foot up on its heel and swivel. Small step out to the right. Breathe out. Breathe in, arms soft, just hanging, all the weight on the back. Breathe out, all the weight comes forwards, fingers spread. Breathe in, gather, right foot on its heel, swivels, step out to the left. Breathe out. Breathe in, just let the arms hang. Breathe out, fingers spread, weight drawn forwards. Breathe in, gather, left foot swivels on its heel, step out to the right. Breathe out. Breathe in, just let the arms hang down, all your weight on the back leg. Breathe out. Puppet string draws you forwards onto the front foot, fingers spread. Breathe in, gather, right foot on its heel, swivels, step out to the left. This is the last step out to the left. Breathe out. Breathe in, all the weight on the back leg, arms hang. Breathe out, all the weight forwards. Breathe in, gather, left foot swivels. Last step out to the right. Breathe out. Breathe in. Arms just hang. Breathe out. All the weight forward, fingers spread. And this time, as you breathe in and gather, right foot swivels on its heel, left foot swivels slightly, and you come back to the basic Wu Chi position. Hands now resting on the belly. Feet under the shoulders. Reconnect with the earth. Reconnect with the sky. Soft breathing in the belly. Soon as you've taken those 3 breaths and your awareness is back down on the belly, then let the arms just hang. And have a little wriggle and a fidget. And I hope no one had to lose too much space. I was aware as I was moving, it's very easy once you've got used to the movement, not really to go forwards. It's more of a side to side movement. Each time you swivel, you're hardly moving forwards, you're moving from side to side. And I didn't spend any time saying, imagine you are a stork in shallow water. Usually I get people to just get into that mindset of being an egret, a stork. You're in shallow water. You don't want to disturb the fishes. They're what you're hunting. So you're lifting your foot very carefully. You're very carefully placing it in that shallow water without creating too many ripples, without stirring up the mud. But never mind. I'm allowed to forget things occasionally. And it really is, we've done lots of formal stuff now, and I think we need to do something a little bit more free-flowing. Last Friday, we did the water movement, which everyone knows very well, but I'd like to do the movement we occasionally do called playing with Qi or chasing Qi. I'm just going to open, the sun is now creating a lot more warmth in my little garden room. So playing with Qi, chasing with Qi has a basic structure, but as you begin to move, if you find your body wants to move in a different way, trust it. So if you find you're moving in a different way to the way I am on screen, let go of the judgmental mind, let go of the critical mind, just move the way your body is happy to move. The basic essence is that you're holding your ball of Qi and you're showing it around. You're entering into a dialogue with your energy, saying, where would you like to go? Would you like to go over here or up there or down there? And see where it takes you. So the basic structure, I'm going to take a jaunty angle here, and I might actually have to draw the curtain. I think the bright sunshine's interfering with the way I'm appearing on screen. Yeah, that's better. Still got a line of bright sunshine there. Never mind. So as wide a stance as you're able to adopt comfortably. So technically this is the horse stance. You imagine you're astride a big barrel-chested Shetland pony, Mongolian pony, but not if that causes discomfort in the hips or the groins or the knees. So as wide a stance as you can still smile, and during the movement, during the exercise, if you need to adjust your stance, do so. You might find that you want to narrow your stance, you might find you want to widen your stance, but just see how easily your body can shift its weight from left to right. And again, at each extreme, you shouldn't get a wince or a vulnerability. If you do, then bring the feet a little closer together. So from that position, bring your hands up and let the mind create that ball of Qi. Just as we did at the very beginning, let the mind's eye work to create that ball. Maybe it's already there. Maybe you need to use color, texture, giving that ball of buoyancy. And seeing, is the ball expansive or contracted? Again, there's no good or bad, but some days it's easier to imagine really big and fluffy. Some days it's easier to imagine quite small and compact. And while we're here, just at this nice stage, very playfully, just to let the mind know that maybe there could be something between your hands. Just let one hand drop down and see what the other hand feels like. See how the ball actually disappears when one hand drops down. And then bring the hand back up again and create the ball. Try it with the other hand. Let one hand drop down. See what the sensations are like on the remaining hand, and then bring it back. So from that little bit of playing, slide one hand on top of the ball, one underneath. It doesn't matter which way round. And whichever hand is on top, let the ball draw your hands in that direction. So if your top hand is your right hand, you move over to the right. If your top hand is the left, you move to the right. And you just find that there's a point where you can't go any further. If I go any further, I lose my balance or it becomes tense. So at that point, that top hand just rolls round and nudges the Qi back in the other direction. And you go as far as your body feels comfortable. The minute you feel that the body's beginning to feel tight or off balance, that top hand just nudges the Qi back in the other direction. Nudging back in the other direction. So whenever it feels like the ball of Qi might go out of your reach, that top hand simply comes round and says, come on, go back the other way. Come on, Go back the other way. Let the movement just flow from left to right. If you find your hands moving in a different way, that's fine. The intention is simply to let the qi move from left to right. The ball may get smaller, it may get bigger, it may get a little distorted, like a fairy liquid bubble. And from this basic position, then just explore where you can take that ball of qi around your body. So perhaps you can let the spine turn a little, so you can show the ball a little bit of what's going on behind you. Perhaps you can take the ball lower down towards the earth. Perhaps you can take the ball high up towards the ceiling. Maybe the ball wants to move very slowly. Maybe it wants to move faster. Gradually, as you develop that dialogue, you might find the ball wants to go somewhere your body can't. So just say sorry. Sorry, Qi, I can't get down there. Sorry, Qi, I can't go that fast. Just seeing where that ball of qi can go or would like to go, how it would like to move, whether it wants to be still, it doesn't always have to move, or whether it wants to move fast. If your head is able to, let your eyes follow the ball. Let the breath come and go freely. Remember to give yourselves permission to change your stance if the legs begin to feel they need a different position. The ball may get smaller, may get larger, may stretch and distort. If your body gets tired, tell the ball that you need to have a rest. Find a place where it's possible to be still. And like all games, we have to bring this little game of playing with qi, chasing qi, to a finish. So use the palms of your hands to tell the ball of qi that this game is going to finish soon. Don't just stop suddenly. Gradually bring your stance back to the shoulder width stance. Gradually make the movement smaller and smaller. Gradually coming to that point of stillness. Feet back under the shoulders. Feeling support from the earth. Feeling support from the crown of the head. My breath has crept back up to the chest. Fine. But my attention takes the breath down into the belly. Slide your hands on top of the qi and let gravity take the ball down. arms hanging. Is it possible for us to gather chi from all directions and do it in a nice, relaxed way? We'll try. If anyone needs to leave on the dot at past, I will accept that you might disappear. I hope I won't overrun, but we'll just see how the gathering chi from all directions goes. So, wide stance. Again, back into that Mongolian pony, Thelwellian Shetland pony stance. Hands make that gathering movement. One hand on the other. Turn the palms up. And we're just going to do the first little stage before I turn my back on you. So this lower hand scoops chi up from the earth, brings it back to the belly, and then the hand just slides around the waist. So you're reaching behind, palm facing up, and letting the spine and the shoulders move as far as comfortable in that basic position. So, now I turn my back on you. Start with the gathering movement and make the right hand go onto the left hand. I usually make left hand go onto right, but just for this movement, so we're all doing the same and you're not doing the reverse of what I'm doing. Right hand resting on left. When you turn the palms up, your right hand is underneath. So you're going to scoop chi up with your right hand, bring it back to the belly, slide that hand round the waist, and now your hand has that collecting plate resting on the palm. How far can you reach and still smile? Reaching behind and to the side and in front, to the left, above and behind. And that collecting plate just touching the crook of the left elbow. And if your shoulders or your body doesn't want to make a big movement, make it small. It doesn't have to be big. Palm holding that collecting plate, reaching forwards, backwards, above. If your head and eyes are able to, let your eyes follow the movement of that collecting plate resting on your hand. Let it touch the small of the back. Slide round the waist. Right hand now on left. Left hand scoops up, brings the chi back to the belly, slides round the waist. And that collecting plate is reaching out, inviting the chi around you to come back home, to come and rest in the storehouse in the belly. Collecting plate touches the crook of the right elbow, unwinds. Wherever that collecting plate goes, just inviting the chi around you to come back to the core. Left hand on right. Right hand scooping up, bringing the chi back to the belly, reaching behind. Now, from the space you're in, you can reach out beyond your physical reach, reaching out to anywhere you've left your chi. Not demanding it come home, but inviting it come home. Collecting plate touches the crook of the left elbow. Unwind. Where do you need to reach? It might be just across the street. It might be another town. It might be halfway across the world. Right hand resting on left. Left hand scooping chi up from the earth, sliding round the waist, allowing that collecting plate to reach out. No limit on where you can reach in space or time. Moments back, moments in the future. Reaching out. Inviting the chi that fuels an emotion to come home just for the duration of this exercise. Sliding the collecting plate round your waist, left hand on right, right hand scooping chi up from the earth, sliding round. Collecting plate touches the crook of your left elbow. Unwind. Collecting plate touches the small of the back, slides round the waist. Left hand scooping up, bringing the chi back. This is the last movement where we're reaching out beyond this moment in time and space. Reaching out to the future, reaching out to the past. Anywhere we've left our chi. People we care for, people that irritate us. Bringing that chi that powers that emotion back home. Now, the last two movements, right hand is underneath, right hand scoops up. We're back in this moment in time, in this space, just gathering the chi around our bodies, not reaching out beyond our physical reach. Collecting plate touches the left elbow, unwind. Collecting plate touches the small of the back, slides round the waist. Left hand on right, under right, left hand scoops up. This is the last movement. Reaching back, forwards. Just gathering the chi in the space around you. Touching the crook of the right elbow, unwinding. Touching the small of the back, sliding round the waist, left hand on right. Keep the hands resting with the palms up. Bring your feet back into that shoulder width stance. Just put your roots down, make sure you're well connected to the earth, that your body hasn't slumped. Breathe into the belly. And then that final closing the cupboard doors sequence. Just closing them gently. Tucking the chi up, not locking it up. It's still available. Arms just hang, soft breathing in the belly. That's good.